Hey, you doers, if you're watching this video, I bet you know what this is. This is a thermal cutoff, which is from a dryer. This is one of the safety mechanisms in a dryer in case your dryer starts to get too hot. It basically opens, there's sort of like a fuse, it opens and fails, and then what happens is the electricity can't pass through here, and therefore the heating element stops heating. So you may experience this when you try to dry your clothes and you notice it's running, but there's no heat. And so this has happened to me a number of times. And eventually I figured out what it was, that it was the thermal cutoff. At least that's what failed. Now, what caused the fail, I wasn't sure. And some people say, you know, that you do your research and you clean out the dryer vent, make sure it's blowing through properly and all those things. But bottom line is, this is what failed on me. And so I learned to fix it. However, as you can see, I bought a number of these over the years. I don't throw them out, I keep them. And then this is not even all the ones I had. So through the years, I've replaced these, and sometimes they would last a while, and sometimes they would last a week, a day, or months. It all varied. So I even tried to seal my dryer up better, thinking I had a leak of air from the dryer, causing it to have to overheat in order to cause the temperature to be great enough, because there's all these different factors, elements in your dryer that try to keep it the right temperature. I've replaced the thermal fuse, the thermistor, the high limit thermostat, but I kept experiencing this. And so one day, and hopefully this helps you, if you're getting the same problem where you're constantly having these things fail on you, is I was holding one of these and I noticed something quite peculiar. I noticed that there was a bulge right here on one side of my thermal cutoff. And so what I did was I grabbed another one of my old ones and I started looking at them. Look at this. Here it is again, this bulge. And then I grabbed another one and there, sure enough, there's the bulge again. And then I grabbed another one and there's a slight bulge right here. And I grabbed another one and then there's a bulge over here. You know, they're not all that prominent, but in some cases they're quite prominent, which is what caught my eye. And so I started thinking that's kind of interesting that that bulge is there. And what I did was I looked around and I saw that one of the wires that was in my dryer was all kind of rusty, corroded. The other side was worse than this one. And so I hypothesized that when the wire was connected to the thermal cutoff, that it was causing resistance because the corrosion didn't allow the electrical flow to go as smoothly and caused some resistance here, which then caused it to heat or something in this area here. This is just my hypothesis. I'm not an electrician by any means. So what I did was I got the wire replaced properly. And ever since I've done that, my latest thermal cutoff that I've used has lasted for quite a long time. And I believe that what may have happened is that the rust, because it's very moist, we're just in the whole dryer area, inside the dryer, below the dryer, you know, there's a lot of moisture from the action of drying, caused the exposed parts of the wire to start corroding and create a resistance within the wire. So that's my hypothesis. And so I got the wire fixed. This is the old one, as you can see. Just kept a piece of it so I could have a memory of it. And I have not had this problem. So You doers that are out there that are frustrated with your dryer and you replace the thermal cutoff, perhaps that's your issue. Take a look at your wiring, and in any case, you should, it's good to check it out. But when you do that, anytime you mess with your dryer, anytime you open your dryer up, make sure you turn it off at the fuse, like turn the fuse off and mark it that you have turned it off, and so people know not to touch it. And then also unplug your dryer. I know it sounds like a lot, but electricity is not something you want to mess with. Your dryer may be probably 220, which you definitely don't want to mess with. And so be safe. Always first things first is turn off the dryer, unplug it, and then turn off the fuse. So hopefully this helps you, gives you an idea of what to look for. And again, it could be that, and also could be other things. It could be that your dryer vent has a lot of lint in it and you need to clean that out anyways.